What if I told you that the 2026 World Cup champion was already chosen before the opener even kicked off, not because of bribes or bags of money, but because of an artificial intelligence that predicted, step by step, every drama we're watching now? Spain has just beaten France 2-0. France, which for many was the favorite, securing its spot in the final at MetLife Stadium. But for internet detectives, La Roja's campaign is not just about soccer. It's a bizarre mix of eerily accurate algorithms, coincidences that reference 2010, and a behind-the-scenes theory suggesting that FIFA has already written the perfect script for this Sunday. Today, we're going to break down the biggest conspiracy theory of this World Cup. So grab right now that bread with ground beef and a sausage in the middle, which we classify at home as a carbohydrate, hot dog, and let's start our segment, Lords of the World. Lords of the World. Gentlemen, to understand this story, we need to go back to before the tournament started. While most people debated whether Brazil or Argentina would maintain dominance in the Americas, in the data labs, the verdict was different. The predictive analysis supercomputers, which simulate the tournament tens of thousands of times using goal histories, expected goals and XG, individual performance and strength of schedule, pointed to Spain with a frightening probability of winning the title, reaching as high as 28% in some simulations. Just for comparison, in a tournament with 48 teams, any chance above 12% is already considered overwhelming favoritism. But why do the machines love Spain so much? The algorithm reads what the human eyes ignore. The core of this team has been playing together since the Tokyo Olympics. They have chemistry that borders on perfection. The artificial intelligence system calculated that Spain had the lowest tactical fluctuation rate on the planet. And the computers were right. Spain reached the final maintaining an unbelievable historic record: 37 games unbeaten in regulation. For conspiracy theorists, this isn't football. It's an algorithm running in real time right in front of us. But the mathematical coincidences are just the tip of the iceberg. If you don't believe in technology, how about believing in destiny? Or a perfectly rehearsed déjà vu? The most famous theory going around on TikTok and Twitter is the 2010 loop theory. Anyone who experienced that World Cup in South Africa knows how Spain played with surgical pragmatism, and in 2026, the parallels are enough to make your hair stand on end. Let's get to the facts. Corporate element. 2010 World Cup South Africa. A 1-0 win against Portugal. A controversial offside goal scored by Villa. The Wallen goal, Ike Casillas, conceded only 2 goals in the entire tournament. The midfield maestro, Andre Iniesta, controlling the tempo of the game. 2026 World Cup North America. A 1-0 win against Portugal, the same tactical drama in the round of 16. Unai Simon, the goalkeeper, only conceded 1 goal up to the semi-finals. The midfield maestro, Rodri Pedri, dictating the pace with surgical precision. Look at this match against Portugal in the round of 16 nays. The script was almost identical to David Villa's goal in 2010. The same pressing, the same struggle in the build-up, the same narrow 1-0 scoreline that paved the way to glory. Even the defensive solidity is the same. In 2010, Casillas seemed to have had the goal under lock and key after the group stage. In 2026, Unai Simon performs miracles game after game. As if he were channeling the spirit of Saint Iker, coincidence, or the fabric of football time. It's cyclical. Now the video really starts to heat up and we get to the part where FIFA would rather you didn't comment. Every great conspiracy theory needs a financial motive, a cui bono. Who does this benefit? Modern soccer is not just a sport. It's the biggest entertainment industry on the planet. And what's the most profitable narrative for the next 10 years? The creation of a new king. With the era of Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo definitely in the past, soccer urgently needs a generational hero. Lamine Yamal, the boy wonder. Crowning Spain in 2026, making Yamal a world champion while still a teenager, creates the perfect marketing script for the next decade. He is the legitimate heir to the throne of world football, sponsored by the biggest brands on the planet. Conspiracy theorists point out that the group draw and the bracket matchups seem to be set up so that certain powerhouses would face each other earlier, clearing the way for an epic final. Although all this may sound like just frustrated fan talk on Reddit, it's undeniable that a title-winning Spain with a new golden generation is the best possible product for the Asian, European, and American markets. The football show business needs this result. But let's take off the tinfoil hat for a second and look at reality. The truth behind this whole conspiracy is much simpler and maybe even scarier for the opponents. Spain doesn't need conspiracies because they've built the most flawless machine in soccer today. The coach managed to mix the suffocating ball possession of the classic tiki-taka with ultra-fast offensive transitions. It's not that the tournament is fixed. It's just that Spain is playing out of this world football. When you have players who miss fewer than 5 passes under pressure, the mathematical models aren't predicting the future. They're just stating the obvious. The supercomputer isn't conspiratorial, it's just realistic. Next Sunday, July 19th at MetLife Stadium, all this mystique will be put to the test. Will the algorithm nail the perfect result? Will the ghost of 2010 finally be confirmed by Spain's second world title? Or will soccer remind us why it's played by humans and not by computers, blowing all those theories apart in 90 minutes? Now I want to hear from you. Does this Spain campaign smell like conspiracy, fate already written, or pure tactical competence on the field? Leave your theory down below in the comments. I'll read and reply to the best ones. I might even make another video with your theory. And if I may give my opinion, I've been here on YouTube for at least 12 years. And honestly, my brothers, I'm really fed up with every World Cup or American or French presidential election. Some fool comes and says it's all rigged, that everything is already decided. That's just a big joke. The fact is, my brothers, that there can be manipulation, like in the case of Vinny Jr.'s penalty, which a lot of people have brought up, questioning how, at such a decisive moment, they decide not to let the best player take the penalty. The selection of players that are more than questionable and so on. We know this happens, especially when it involves bets and multi-million-dollar gambling. But to say that it's all a sham, that a certain team is going to win just because they appeared on the cover of something, with all due respect to your opinion, that's just nonsense. I completely stopped believing in those tinfoil hat conspiracy theories when they ruined the World Cup in Brazil. On all the conspiracy channels in Brazil and abroad, they said Brazil is going to win. Jorge Cajuru even went so far as to bet his own career. Of course, he didn't follow through, right? He was always a fraud, but Jorge Cajuru said, if Brazil doesn't win this World Cup, I'll never be a journalist again. Back then, he also gave information and said that the CBF would never allow another Maracanazo, mentioning a previous World Cup that Brazil had also hosted. So these guys always do the same things. They take some data and create theories based on that data that even makes sense, but don't match reality. So, my brothers, my problem with soccer, and I think that's when it really serves as a tool for the elite, is when it is used to deceive the masses. When the masses start giving more importance to this than to the laws, for example, that are being created, or to how the country's economy is doing, that's when it's bad. And even for those who think everything is manipulated and so on, do you really think that those at the top of the pyramid would care whether Team A or B wins? What they would be concerned about, if you think like someone who owns the world, is that soccer keeps being the tool it has always been, the tool that deceives the population. Just that, nothing more than that. So, honestly, it's going to be a great match, a huge game between Spain and hopefully Argentina, and I'll be rooting for Argentina, right? That's if they make it, right? We don't know. I'm making this video on the 14th, so I don't know if Argentina will make it. I hope so, right? But if not, we're still together just the same. I'm not a fanatic, right, my brothers? Anyway, leave your theory there. Like I said, if it's good, I might even make a video about it here. I respect all opinions. We have to stop thinking that. The guy is showing up, the guy is making videos, he's giving interviews, so his opinion is more valid than yours. No, it never was and never will be. Especially when we're talking about things like this, where all we can do is analyze each case and the facts as they happen. That's what we can do. To further reinforce why I don't believe in this story about a team being chosen to win, it's that every authoritarian president in the world would love to have their national team to win, because I repeat, it serves as a distraction for the masses. And obviously, since I believe in spirituality, I know there are also hidden forces at work in all of this. Anyway, my brothers, that's a topic for another video. This one ends here. Hugs to each of you. Thank you for supporting our channel. To repay that affection, all I can do is make this video putting the truth above all else. May God bless you. Hugs. We will keep facing the supernatural here on Encarando o Sobrenatural Official. I'm out.